Number 6. Gorgon. The Gorgons, like the famous Medusa, were vicious monsters capable of turning victims to stone with a single look in ancient Greece. The Gorgon's appearance was an intriguing mix of beautiful and terrifying. Medusa was the only mortal among the three Gorgon sisters, Stheno, Euryale, and Medusa. She used to be a lovely maiden, but because Poseidon loved her, the enraged Athena turned Medusa into a hideous creature with the face of an ugly woman and snakes for hair. Worse, anyone who looked her in the eyes would be turned to stone. Gorgon myths teach us not to be fooled by appearances alone. Subscribe for part 6.